Okay folks, well hello once again, welcome back to another episode 50 in fact. So yes, I'm doing a week session down on my syndicate lake, opening a bag of fish. I'm on the harder lake this time, which is a smaller one. At the moment there's virtually no one on here. I've got a couple of mates coming down here as well. I mean, I've got one down here already next to me, and yeah, so hopefully it's going to be good. Literally, it's now coming up to 8:30, so there were a couple of boys in here originally, so I jumped in after them, and yeah, finally got all 3 rods out, all out on zigs. The weather lately has been blisteringly hot. Today it was around 28 degrees, so that temperature's well and truly warmed up. I reckon the fish are definitely going to be getting to them upper layers, the weeds rising up as well, all the naturals will be jumping up in the air. So I mean, a lot of the larvae is already sprung, but there's obviously loads more in there, water snails and that sort of stuff, so it's definitely could be a good approach going for the zigs. Going to see how they go for the night, probably keep them out during the day as well, and yeah, see how that goes. But what I've got 10 kilo of the Starmer coconut fish boilie. So let's see how that gets on. I'm going to put all 3 rods on it and chods probably next night. Obviously, as I said, got here fairly late, so I just want to get everything organised at the moment, get everything set up. Happy enough to have 3 zigs out, so hopefully that's going to bide me a bite. Never had a fish on a zig, so it would be nice to try and get one. But yeah, let's see. It's looking perfect for a bite. Nice, quite a nice breeze blowing along here. It's nice and cool, nice and refreshing. So yeah, could be good for something. Okay guys, I don't know if you guys can see me right now. It's just gone 4 o'clock in the morning. At around 1:30 I had a run, left hand rod on a zig, and played it for quite a while. Real decent fish by the feels of things. First fish on a zig ever, so it was good, but lost it in the end, unfortunately. Taken like a little homemade zig bug. I'll show you one of them later on. But yeah, what I'm going to do now, I had a couple more touches on that rod last night, so what I'm going to do is, as I said, it's first light, so I've only had like a half an hour sleep, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lengthen off the other zigs as well and get into the same sort of depth, because I reckon they definitely are in the upper layers. They're having a little go at spawning as well, so but it's only seems to be the odd fish. All the fish in the lake, they're not all at it. It's only a couple of the big ones, I reckon. So it would be nice to bag one of the half decent 20s in there, because there's a good head of them in there. There still are a good few 30s, but yeah, last night, pretty much most of the night, down to the right hand side of me, they've been going absolutely mental. But as I said, it's only a few of them, so that's what I'm keeping an eye on, and they're down along to the next from me, obviously, so they're nowhere near any of my lines, so I'll be well out their way, and I'll be keeping to myself over here, sort of thing. So obviously, if they do come down to me, first thing will be to take the lines out of the water, obviously, so they don't get any battle scars from your lines or anything like that. Fish care comes first in this game, you know. But yeah, as I said, enough time wasted there. Gonna get your zigs lengthened off. Okay then guys, so after watching the water for quite a while in the morning, saw a fair few fish about still, and what I've been doing recently, I've been doing quite a bit of weed raking. Started yesterday, sort of thing. So it's the Leany Leads weed rake, absolutely awesome bit of kit, flexible arms on it. I'll show you that later on. But I've taken out a huge heap of weed. I'll show you that as well. And what I've done a little patch as well, just to demonstrate what it can actually do. Put a bit of bait down there. I just want to see if anything comes along. I mean, literally within around 20 seconds of leaving it for a little while, a little tench just came along instantly, pretty much, and just cruised over the top of the area. So obviously, if a little tench will come along, I reckon a decent carp will come along. And then I was sitting there once again a little while ago, saw a half decent coming, looked like a mid-20, which plodded along, but got the floaters out pretty much instantly. I chucked around 3 scoops of them out, and had a fair few carp already taken them. It was like bang, as soon as the mixers went in, they were on the feed. But after a little while, the gulls have picked up the scent, and at the moment they're pretty much having all the mixes. So they spooked before the carp fin now. But what I'm going to do, I've got my fly rod with me. So what I'm going to do, I've got a imitation mixer, and going to give that a little go on the fly rod. Wicked sport getting a carp on one of them. But there's also a fair few pike in there. I've seen a couple of little jacks in the margin as well. So it's teaming my life at the moment. The fish are definitely active. But yeah, quite gutted last night. I lost that fish. As I said, yeah, around 1:30. That left hander, just the bobbin started going off a little bit, and I thought straight away just going to hit that anyway, because it's one of them zig takes, you know. So get onto it, solid lock up straight away. Let the clutch for a bit. It started pulling. It would not come in whatsoever, really. I mean, it might hit a weed bed. It might have done something like that. So it was certainly going for it, but eventually, after around 10 minutes of having a little solid fight, it gave way, and that was it. But got the rod straight back out. But unfortunately, nothing else came of that. I mean, I had a few more hits here and there from liners, I reckon, but other than that, it's been fairly quiet. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to get this fly rod sorted out, and hopefully wait for them gulls to die off a little bit. Might have a little go in the evening time once again, but yeah, for now it's been quite promising. Okay then, guys, so the mixed fishing's gone a bit quiet at the moment. Seems that them seagulls have actually scared off most of the carp in the area, so I'm going to keep persisting and try and get one. Definitely going to give it a go in the evening for sure. I'm probably going to walk around the lake and try and find a few, but they were really going for it. But as soon as them gulls came in, they just spooked straight away. But I mean, there are loads of videos out there on how to float a fish, and I'm not really going to say it because everyone knows how to do it pretty much now. So, but what I will do is there are three main things in my mind that pretty much sum up floater fishing. There's consistency, patience, and confidence. First of all, the consistency. You want to keep putting mixes in, really, little and often, building the swim up a bit, getting the fish on the munch. So that's one element. The second one, the confidence. Obviously, carp, they do like to be confident when feeding. So after you've been consistently adding all their mixes in, the confidence in the carp themselves builds up. So they take anything that hits the surface pretty much. And then obviously, thirdly, the patience. You can be sitting there for 2-3 hours sometimes in the baking hot sun that I'm probably going to be doing in a little while. So it's good. You just got to bear with it, you know. Bear with it and try and just go through it. I mean, sometimes they might not be interested, but then again, other times you can really have the rewards. But yeah, that's one thing this year I haven't really focused on that much. But right now, that's going to be the main aim of this session, probably just to try and get a feel on the surface. Obviously, zigs are a great method, but then again, you're sitting behind static rods most of the time. So obviously, with your mixers, you could be active, you could be watching the carp, you could be finding them, and it's a lot. I find it's a better method than fishing zigs, because obviously it's more or less like stalking. You know, you're trying to find the carp, you're hunting them down, you're locating them, and obviously you're getting them competing, and it's a lot more fun. And you're more on edge as well than just sitting behind your rods. But yeah, it's certainly hopefully going to pick up soon. I've just seen a couple more fish cruising around, so I reckon I'll put a few more mixers out quickly, and then yeah, hopefully be able to bag one. Okay folks, I don't know if you guys can see this spot down there. It's fairly clear, the water itself, but I'm not too sure if you can see it or not. Well, there you go, that's the spot right there. All of that bait down there, that's a load of the coconut fish pellet. Sprinkled a few boilies down there as well. But as you can see, the density of the weed everywhere else, it's really, really thick. So what I've done, obviously I've used the weed rake. I raked out this entire area. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get a fish down there, sort of thing. I mean, as I said, I had that tench down there earlier on, so he was having a good feed. But literally didn't take many attempts in this for the margin whatsoever. But what I'm also doing is for tonight, hopefully, if I feel like a bite on the bottom, just off this tree over here, off this branch, I've created another little spot. There's the evidence itself. All of that weed there, I've just raked it all up. After you get through a few layers of it, I mean, what I find with the weed itself is that it's more like layers. It all builds up, you know. So obviously you got your first layer, then underneath there's another layer, and you keep going down until you get to a silty layer more or less, and then that's when all the sediment starts building up, and then underneath that on most lakes can be gravel. I mean, in here it's certainly gravel. I found the gravel underneath this section right down here, but it's just getting past all that gooey silt really. But I mean, that's good enough. You can get a decent presentation, keep the hook out of any debris, you know. So yeah, it's definitely worth investing in a weed rake, guys, I must say. So it's now 12:30. Seems to be pretty quiet at the moment. By the looks of things, they're trying to have another spawn at the moment. As I said earlier on, there were just a few, but at the moment they've all grouped up in the far corner apparently. So the bailiff's considering closing the lake off at the moment. So if he does, I'll jump on the other lake over here and hopefully have a few out of there. But once again, they'll probably be spawning as well, because there are, I reckon, a few of the bigger fish which haven't spawned yet. So you know, it could be one of them weak sessions or whatever that just isn't going to pay off. You know, but it's a shame really. But hopefully, if they do their thing in the next couple of days or something like that, then maybe I might be able to jump back on here again and get a few more nights on here. So yeah, we'll see how things go anyway, and I'll update you guys as soon as I find out what's going on. So folks, looks like I'm going to be staying here for now. He's decided not to close the lake, luckily, so I'm going to spend another night over here at least. See how things go after that. I do fancy spending the entire session over here, you know. Just got to see how things go, I guess. If he does close it, obviously I'll move on to the other lake, but I do want to stay over here, you know. Tomorrow, if the temperature goes down a bit at night time as well, might put some baits out. I'm going to check the weather forecast on my phone in a little while and see what's going on. But for now, it's looking quite good. Got my other mate over here with me now as well, so he's giving it a go on the surface. They've been around, they've been cruising quite a bit. That far corner down there, the geezers had a couple out of there now, so they're definitely around. He's been there for around 3 days now, so the tables are finally turned for him at least. But yeah, hopefully things are going to pick up during the night. Okay then guys, here we go. First fish for me of this lake. Not the biggest obviously, but what an absolutely peachy little diamond. Caught that on an 11-foot zig, tied up with my homemade little imitation zig bug. Show that to you guys later on, which one I actually caught it on. But yeah, well happy. Had to try and land it, which was the hardest part. So he has got a lot of power in him for some reason. But yeah, like, mint tail, mint pecs. You know, awesome fish, man. Lovely apple-sized scales. What an absolute stunner. Okay guys, well, it's now 6:15. Haven't really updated you guys since I had that fish last. In terms of fish, it's been going quite slowly. No bites on the zigs, so brought them all back in now. Changed over the bottom baits. Thought I'd go for 2 chods and a close-in margin rod on sort of like a combi rig pop-up sort of thing going on there. I might show you that, guys. I might show that to you guys when I bring it in the morning or something like that, depending on how I feel about the rod. But yeah, 28 degrees today, very hot once again. It's the hottest. It's another one of the hottest days of the year, I'd probably say. So yeah, it has been a roaster. The fish have obviously once again been huddled up in them bays where the slack water's been holding up. So just been sunning themselves all day really. Best plan, I guess. So you know. See how things go though. So yeah, 2 chods and as I said, 1 to that margin, all in the coconut fish. But yeah, hopefully something will pick up sooner or later, and it would be nice to have another fish again. Alright guys, well, it's now 11 o'clock in the morning. Obviously nothing last night. I had a few liners. My mate next door, he had 4 fish, so a real good result for him. All in the bottom. So although 1 on the zig and 3 on the bottom, he had a nice 30 as well, which is absolutely awesome. Might try and get some pictures to show you guys some of them fish. But yeah, blinding result, well happy for him. So at least it shows that the fish are on the munch on the bottom, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to stay on the bottom probably tonight. It's roasting hot at the moment, it really is getting warm once again, but it said today around 2 o'clock it's going to become overcast with some clouds, so that might bring the fish down, get them a bit cooler and get them to feed a bit. What I thought I'll quickly show you is the actual leany lead weed rake, which we've been taking the weed out on. It's got like flexible arms, so you can straighten them out for transportation. You can put them away, but at the same time you can mould them to the specific shape you want to have it as. I mean, that's sort of the basic thing, like a gripper lead sort of thing. Sort of like a sea fishing lead, you could say, but it's got like a nice big heavy 4-ounce lead on it, so you can cast it absolutely miles, and you can still rake out spots at distance as well. So yeah, fantastic thing. But I mean, I do like it for margin clearance, especially on a weedy lake. Create a nice spot, because a lot of carp on these sort of lakes, they do like to cruise in the margins. So creating one of those spots can always encourage them. Laying down a little bit of rock salt as well, and just scattering some freebies down there. But yeah, it's on the business for me. I'll be taking absolutely huge lumps of weed on it. Really strong. So yeah, definitely get on one of them, guys. But yeah, my things are going to pick up tonight. What I've been doing as well, I've made up some of my own corkable pop-ups as well. Yeah, and then they're the coconut fish cork balls. What I did, I've got some of the base mix from Starmer Baits and some of the flavouring, the coconut flavouring, and just simply just made up my own paste and then rolled them in the cork balls more or less. I mean, got a little video to show you guys how I prepared them and how I did them. So yeah, I'll show that to you guys now then. Okay then guys, so there we go. 28 on the nose. Beautiful, beautiful mirror. Can't believe this one here. Middle rod, just ripped into action. Get a few snaps now and get him back. Okay then guys, there you go. It's the other side. As I said, caught on Starmer Baits, coconut fish pop-up on the chod rig. Wicked result here. Homemade corkable boiler using their base mix and their flavourings. So, can't believe it, man. Well lucky. He went into a weed bed at first, so I had to start walking back with a weed bed, and it was up to a mission to get him in the net, but eventually got him in, and there you go. Great result. Okay then guys, so just put that fish back around 10 minutes ago, and literally I had the run at around say 6:30 odd, and literally just went straight to put the rod, typical sort of decent fish bouncing, and just hit into it. Felt like a decent fish, went right into a weed bed when I was playing it as well. Got it in the net just about while scooping in loads of weed. So well chuffed to actually have it in the net at least. And then yeah, from there I had it on the mat, and then the left hander started ripping off, but struck into that, and that was just a liner. But they were going absolutely mental as soon as I went out the bivvy this morning and struck into that rod. I saw them just breaking the surface all the time, having little, I don't know, maybe it could have been fly larvae, and once again another liner. So it gets you quite tense and ready to go. But hopefully it will be nice to have one more before I go, because I'm going to go on to the other lake over here, the easier one, just for like 2-3 nights, just to end the session off, purely because the weekend's going to be coming soon. Everyone's going to come down. It's just going to get rammed to the max. The fish are just going to switch right off. So I'd rather have a few more runs rather than nothing, you know. I mean, that fish was a beaut. If I had one of them fish like that over there, I'd be chuffed to pieces, you know. Beautiful dark colours. That's one thing in these sort of waters. Wherever you go where there's water, you always get real nice dark chestnutty carp. So that's what weedy waters are excellent for trying to find a great trophy carp, you know. But yeah, I'll probably see you guys later on when I move swims. Okay, then, so I've now moved swims. I'm over here on the other lake, so the easier lake. But so far it's looking quite good. Seen a good few fish already showing, so gonna get rods out next. I've lobbed two barrow trips of gear over here now, so I'm well and truly knackered. It's just gone 10:30, so been having a little walk around, collected some water as well because I needed some more water. So yeah, it's getting bits and bobs done. Gonna get rods out now, and hopefully land a fish soon. Okay then folks, one morning now. It's around 8 o'clock. Had one last night. It was very, very warm again in the day, so they weren't very active. But I got on the surface sort of thing as well, and had them going from like 9 o'clock at night to around midnight, and they were really having them. But I guess they weren't overly having them. So I just thought, well, you know, give it another go tonight probably, or during the day if I can get them up. It's going to be really hot today. They reckon it could reach 30, but the weekend. Today's Friday, so tomorrow it's going to get even hotter, they said. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but hopefully they'll produce a fish sooner or later. I'll show you my spots in a little while where I'm fishing to. Never fished this swim before, but it's opposite to one swim I fished before in the past. So yeah, it's going to give you a little show of whereabouts I'm fishing over here. Right then guys, this is the swim. Give you a good perspective of it quickly. One day, and I've got one down here by the reeds, just over this way, just flicking it across these reeds over this way, and keeping the line well around this section of reeds over to the left of me. Then to the right of me, I've got this overhanging willow, and just flicking one underneath it pretty much. So that's another rod there. And the third rod is out on a zig, just out in open water sort of thing. I opened a bag of fish. I fished the opposite swim over here before, so that side over there. I fished over here, and I fished to this willow and to the reeds, and I produced a few fish before. But it's a real nice bay over here. You've got loads of little features, you've got loads of little lilies pads, you've got snags everywhere, so the fish do like to nestle in here, but they can be quite finicky over here, so gonna give it a go. As I said, I had one last night, a little common off the reeds to the left of me, so hopefully it'll produce something else soon, but we'll soon see anyway. Back in folks, so packed my gear up now, just waiting for a lift. Just finished my week session now, so hopefully back down here again soon. Hope you enjoyed the set, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Didn't vlog as much as I hoped to, really, purely because it's been so hot. It's been around 34 degrees some days, so it's been absolutely intense. Just been sweating, I know, tomorrow. Trying to keep cool, trying to lay in the shade, but even the shade's still quite humid and hot, so the fish ain't been really interested in anything. We've had a few more out of the easier lake over here, so jump back over here just now and have a little look around. Dumped all the gear, but I'm going to be off in a little while, so just waiting for a lift, and yeah, just going to keep looking around, see if I can figure out this water a bit more, and hopefully have a few more fish out shortly. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you guys again soon.